let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? This is SMH Podcast. I am your host, Shania. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Clap it up for yourselves. I appreciate you guys for being here. And like I said, we got to our 1K streams on our social media, so I'm finally making another video. I know it's been a long time, so I'm sorry, guys. But like I said, we made it to 1K streams on our social media, so I appreciate you guys for listening, streaming, subscribing, going on to the links that I put out there for you guys, because we wouldn't have got here if it wasn't for you guys. I only really care about, getting to the 1K streams because I know that people are listening to it. I don't really care what my likes look like on, social media. I really care about if people are listening to the content that I'm putting out. And you guys are. I appreciate you guys for the help. So let's get into the episode. But I do have a quick announcement for you guys. Today is the day that I'm dropping the episode. So it is October 12th. And it's the same day that this new app called Wisdom come out. Please go download it. Check it out. It is a fun new app. A lot of contenters and creators are on this app. They're here to spread their knowledge to you. And it's very interactive. You are able to go on there and interact with people, talk to so many people that you weren't even able to do, on all these other social media platforms, but have like a real one-on-one conversation with them. I am on the app, you guys. I was able to look at the to get on the app before everybody else with a couple other content creators, and we just been having good conversations and talking about a whole lot of different stuff that's real good. So I hope you guys check it out. So it's called Wisdom. I'm gonna put the logo hopefully right here if you guys see it. I'm gonna put the logo right here, so just check it out, download it. It just dropped today, so today is the day that it just dropped, so check it out. So moving along, getting into the episode, I did say I'm going to have a new segments and new things for you guys, and I am. I hope you guys get ready for it. Oh, did I give y'all my tags? Are y'all following me on social media? Y'all would know these things if you were following me on social media. My Instagram is SMH Podcast 96. That's SMH Podcast 96. And you can follow me on Wisdom. My Wisdom tag is SMH96, SMH Podcast 96 as well. I'm on YouTube as SMH Photography 96 because I do have a photography page. But I'm also on Twitter. Y'all know I'll be lacking with my Twitter. I'm still trying to get used to the whole thing. So please, I'm getting better though. I'm getting a little better, not like that much better, but I'm getting better at the whole Twitter thing. So my Twitter tag is SMH Podcast 1. That is the app for the Twitter. It's SMH Podcast 1. So let's get into it. I told y'all I was gonna have a new segment for y'all. It is inspired by my favorite YouTuber. His name is Zoe. If you don't know who Zoe is, he was on Wild 'N Out. And the new segment is called What's the Tea? What's the Tea is really just gonna be about information that you probably didn't know, probably need to know, and information that you probably need to share with everybody else. So we're going to get into the episode. I'm going to start with my first topic, and it's that California's governor, Gavin Newsom, he actually signed a bill that passed, and that is allowing now schools and colleges to have female products in their bathrooms, like tampons and pads. And I think that is good because we definitely need things like that. I don't know why it wasn't in bathrooms before, or why people have to pay for them, especially why women had to pay for them at all. Because that's just a necessity, and I just feel like it should be given to us for free, because it's like a lot of people can't afford it all the time, or maybe they're just down on their luck for right now. So I think that's a beautiful thing, especially in school. I remember this moment. I had to walk all the way to my school's office just to go get a pad because I had an accident one day, and how embarrassing that felt on the inside, because it could have just been in the bathroom. If it would have been provided for me inside the bathroom like it's supposed to be. So thanks, Governor Newsom, for doing that right. Anyway, moving on to the episode. We're going to get on to our next up for tea. The next up for tea is the fact that Did y'all know that Joel Osteen's megachurch has to pay back $4.4 million in PPP loans? I only bring this up because I don't understand how a church is able to take out so many loans, or why that's even a thing. Nothing against Joel Osteen or the things that he does. It's just surprising to me that they have to pay back so much money in PPP loans, because people are getting fraud over that. And so I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of a little shady that, you know, nobody's talking about arresting Joel Osteen, but all these other people is getting arrested for the same thing that he did. So, and the fact that he just has to pay it back, but these other people are facing like 10 years in prison. So I don't know, I think that's just, you know, real weird to me. But his church says that he doesn't have anything to do with like the money didn't go to him and his wife. I guess it went to other things, but still at the same time, that's a lot of money to just be, you know, using for your church's leisure or church's people. I don't know. I just think it's just weird. So nothing against Joel Osteen or anything like that. I'm a very religious person myself, so it's nothing against like church people and all that. I just think that's weird that he just has to pay the money back and everybody else is getting like prison time and whatnot. So moving on to the next topic, a former black firefighter. Next up for T, I gotta remember that. Next up for T is a former black firefighter files a $100,000 lawsuit because a mural that was depicted of her is pretty much showcasing her as like a white woman. And yeah, girl, get your money, sis, because at the end of the day, I would be doing the same thing. Because when you look at the mural, it's like some real clear images of the other two women. But hers is kind of like distorted and all that. You can't even really tell her face and all that. And you can tell like if because she's a black woman, you could easily made her features, because there's one woman whose hair is all black and is doing this whole wavy thing and whatnot. So yeah, it's possible that it's more than possible they could have got the right image for her, regardless of if it was a mistake or whatnot, because I would hate for people to tell me that there's a mural of me, you know, showcasing the heroism or the good things that I did, and I see this is not a good representation of me. So sorry, you guys. I feel like she should be getting more, but hey, sis, get your money, because that's real trifling, that they posted that mural of her. Like, I'd rather you just not even put me up. Like, don't even put me as the mirror. Don't even put the mural up. Like, I don't even want this picture anymore. Like, just take the whole thing down at this point. Like, so, get your money, sis. And the next thing, we're gonna, next up for T, this really isn't, some information you should know. It's just kind of like a little key, but it's has to do with the topic of our podcast today. So we're gonna get into the story, and it is really just that there was a story going around that this wedding photographer pretty much was unhappy with not necessarily the service that his customers were asking him for, but more or less the fact that he went through the people that he was servicing wasn't like a good client. So he ended up deleting all the pictures in front of them and leaving. But given his side of the story, he said he was there from 11 a.m. to 7 at night. He asked if he can get some food while he was there. They told him no. He asked if he can leave to go get some food. They said no. And then pretty much it was an ultimatum, because he was just like, well, if you leave, then you're not going to get paid. So he just ended up deleting the pictures. Being that I'm a photographer, I don't think he did anything wrong, honestly, because I'm here to provide a service for you guys. And he wasn't even a real photographer for real. He just did pictures on the side for his grooming business and whatnot. So he wasn't even a real photographer for real. For me, it's like I'm providing a service for you regardless if I'm getting paid or not. if this service is taking a long time, you know, I'm tired, I'm getting restless, the best thing I could do is to eat to refill my energy. So the fact that he asked if he can get some of the food that was there and they told him no, the fact that he asked if he could, you know, leave at least for a little bit of time just to go get, you know, some rest and then come back, and they told him no, and then they gave him an ultimatum. It's like, if you're going to give me an ultimatum, then stick through the ultimatum. You can't get mad that if you're not going to pay me because I want to pretty much stop my services with you guys, then I'm not going to give you any of the pictures. How does that make sense? I'm not going to get paid, so you're not going to get your pictures. I can understand if this was like a whole thing, like, I'm done for the night, I'm not going to take any more pictures, and you paid me and I still gave you your pictures. That was a difference. Like, if I was just over the night and we just cut the night short and you didn't get your wedding, you didn't get pictures for your entire wedding like you wanted it to. But what I'm not going to do is put in all this work. You tell me I'm not going to get paid because you're not happy with, I guess, whatever, because I can't take a break because you want me to take and then you want all the pictures. You want every single picture that's going to take even more time out of my day to try to send to you and get to you. You know what? You don't even need no pictures, because if I wasn't here, what pictures would you have? So it is what it is. That photographer knew his worth. And that is what this topic of this podcast is knowing your self-worth. Knowing what you deserve, regardless if it's in a job or regardless if it's in a relationship, and even in your life. Knowing what your worth is very beneficial to you as a person, because you have to know what your self-worth is at the end of the day. Because if you don't, pretty much things like insecurities, self-doubt, you know, negative thoughts come into play and whatnot, and you can't progress as a person mentally, emotionally, and probably socially as well. Knowing your self-worth in a social setting can be pretty conflicting, because if you don't know what you're worthy of, then pretty much you'll allow other people to just treat you any type of way. You don't have any type of boundaries for yourself. You don't have any type of respect for yourself. So, you know, people around you will kind of just treat you however they want to treat you, because you don't know how you're supposed to be valued. You don't know how you're supposed to be showcased as a person. You don't know how you're supposed to be respected as a person, because you don't know your own self-worth. So knowing your self-worth is a personal thing, and it's really nothing that has to do with anybody else. It's an internal measure of how you value yourself, regardless of what other people think. And it's a personal manifesto and a declaration into your beliefs and who you are as a person. So that whole not caring what other people think, that's real. You can't think about how people will view you. And I know, being, you know, in social media, that's kind of hard, because I say this all the time. People like to flex for the gram, or, you know, put up this, showcase themselves as this pristine image, and they don't allow their natural sides to come in. They don't allow their human side to showcase. So they're always aware of what people are thinking pretty much all the time. You know, I have to look this certain way to keep up this image. It's knowing your self-worth is doing that regardless of the backlash or the negativity or the criticism that you think you're going to get. Because most of the time we do that. We won't post a picture because we feel like it's not going to get that many likes. We won't post stuff because we feel like it's not going to get that many views, or people aren't going to share it, or it's not going to get the same reaction as, you know, this, that, and the third. And it's like, we can't limit ourselves to that type of ideology, because if we do that, then we're suppressing the things that we honestly want for ourselves out of life. Like, you're deteriorating yourself from the things that you're actually trying to get to and trying to accomplish within yourself. Like, it's not about how you look to other people. It's about how you're making yourself feel at the end of the day when you do that. You're bringing your own self down because you're looking at your insecurities. You're looking at everything that's wrong without even thinking about all the things that could go right about it. You know, you're trying to pretty much judge yourself before you let other people judge you, and that's not the best thing that you can do for yourself. It's self-sabotage at the end of the day. It's very self-sabotaging. When you value yourself, you have a good self-esteem. You feel more secure and worthwhile. You have generally a positive relationship with others, and you feel more confident in your abilities. And that's very true. When you value yourself, you know, you feel like you can conquer anything, you can do anything, you can go anywhere, you can be anything that you want to be. But you don't have that if you don't know what your worth is and what your value is. It's very toxic for your mind. Your mind's a very powerful tool, and it's very toxic for you if you just feel like, oh, well, it didn't work out for me the first time, so it's just not going to work, so I'm just not going to do it. No. Stop all that thought, because it could happen. You just have to believe it enough. And maybe it didn't happen because you didn't believe it enough. Maybe it didn't happen because you didn't trust yourself enough. Maybe it didn't happen because you didn't think that it was possible. And we have to get out those type of negative thoughts that, you know, it is possible. I can do it. I was able to do. Look at the things that you have been able to do. If I could do this, I know I could do that. If I was able to do this in such a hard time, probably, then I can do whatever I need to do. Like, we have to reassure ourselves. Like, my sister told me this, that we don't praise ourselves for the positive things that we do sometimes. We always look at the things that we could be doing or should have been doing. And it's like we need to give ourselves praise on the things that we have accomplished or where we have gotten so far. That's the best thing to do for yourself, is to praise yourself even when you feel like, you know what, I could be doing more, but you know what, I'm happy for where I am right now and how I got to where I am right now. And that's what you need to be focused on. So I feel like that that's why you should know your self-worth at the end of the day. You should know why you're so being with that itself, there's a few things that a lot of people can do to help themselves understand that your self-worth is beneficial for you, pretty much. We all need to get to that place where we're understanding that maybe I need to spend a little bit more time on my self-worth. And that's reassuring yourself every day. Reassuring yourself in your abilities. Reassuring yourself every day. Reassuring yourself in your abilities. Reassuring yourself in who you are. What you can be, and the power that you hold. Not criticizing yourself for not being able to do certain things, or criticizing yourself at all because you don't look a certain way, or because you're not made a certain way, or because you don't have the same opportunities as everybody else. Not, you know, those negative thoughts that you feed into yourself every day, the things that you listen to every day, you know, the music that you listen to, the people that you're around. You know, are you around people that value your self-worth as much as you? That's important, because if you're around people who don't value yourself as much as you value you don't need to be around those people. If you're not around a group of people who motivate you, encourage you, and just gives positivity to you, you don't need to be around those people. Those people are bringing down your own self-worth, because if they can't value you, you're not going to be able to know how to value yourself. And sometimes it takes people showing you that within yourself for you to know that too sometimes. So that's very important. And lastly, encouragement. Encouragement. Be encouraged to know that even if you don't know if you have self-worth right now, you can start to build some. encouragement to know that regardless of what you do, what you say, who you are, who you want to be, that you are special, that you are valued, that you are loved, that you are important. You are kind, you are important, okay? You are all of that you need to be, but you have to see it in yourself before anybody else is going to see it. Because nobody's going to see that if you don't see it. So that's really just what I wanted to go over with you guys, is knowing your self-worth and valuing yourself, because you are somebody. You are important. You are kind. You are wise. You are important. I think that's what they said. I don't know. But that's the end of the episode, you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for getting me to my 1K streams. I'm just so happy about that. It put a smile on my face. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with me this far. Messing with me. I have some more stuff coming up on the way, like a giveaway. Oh, and I'm going to use Twitter to try to, because I'll be bad at Twitter. So follow me on Twitter to be on the lookout for the giveaway. It's coming very soon, so please look out for it. My Twitter is SMH Podcast 1. That is the app on my Twitter. It's SMH Podcast 1. So follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. It's SMH Podcast 96. Follow me on Wisdom. It's SMH Podcast 96 as well. You can find me on YouTube now because this episode is on YouTube. So it's SMH Photography 96. Now, next episode is going to be a dope episode. I hope you guys are ready for it. I do have a special guest. I'm not going to give y'all any hints right now. That would ruin everything. So I have a very special guest. I hope you guys like. It's gonna be a dope episode. I just know that. I hope y'all get lit for the next episode, because it's gonna be a lit episode at the end of the day. So we're gonna wrap things up. Drive home safely if you're listening to this podcast. I appreciate everybody listening. I love my listeners. You guys are amazing. You guys been rocking with me through all the ups and downs, because I have a lot of them. I'm sorry. You've been with me through COVID and all that. I feel like I'm getting a little head cold right now. All messed up. But we gonna power through it, because y'all love me. Y'all fuck with me like I fuck with y'all. So thank you guys. Love you guys. We're gonna get out of here. I always make the ending super long. I keep saying the same thing. So I'm gonna end it. Bye. Love you guys.
I'm about to walk this motherfucker, man.